welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Ed. I'm here with fellow Treehouse members Ethan and Rich. We're going to take a little bit of a deep dive into some new stuff. We're looking at Xenoblade Chronicles X right now. So, Rich, you want to just take us off?
Take us in, Rich.
Yeah. So, Xenoblade Chronicles X is it's sort of a spiritual sequel to the original Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. Doesn't really touch on the storyline, but it does pick up on a lot of the philosophical ideas that you saw in that first game. With the time that we have here, I'm just going to have us jump right into the game.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of gameplay experience. We'll get through as much of it as we can.
Yeah, we just started from the title screen, and we're just going.
And we're going to set some of the story up too.
Okay.
Ethan, since you can actually translate all this stuff, I may ask you to jump in and summarize.
Sure.
But I'm just going to set some of the story stage here.
Yeah.
At the start of the game, you're going to see a vast battle of these two warring alien species.
Yep.
Unfortunately, they've kind of decided to have their big battle right over Earth.
Yeah.
Right on top of us.
Not so great for us.
It doesn't work out very well for us, no. So the two of them are warring. They are essentially annihilating the Earth as they're doing all of this. We do our best to fight back, and that's what you're going to see in this cutscene here. Yep. We do our best to fight back. We build technology that helps us to try to, step up to the battle with the aliens. Doesn't really help us a whole lot. And the Earth is, well, you'll see what happens to the Earth. That's cool. But we're gonna put all of humanity into a series of ARC ships and just take off, leave the Earth behind. And that's where Xenoblade Chronicles is going to start off.
Yeah, it's you'll see as we get going here, but it gets pretty epic pretty quickly. So
it's already epic. Very epic.
Yeah.
And this intro sequence is just beautiful to watch here. What you're seeing right here is the first of the warring alien species deploying their armada. And as you can see, there's the Earth.
Yeah.
You're gonna see.
That's a lot of guys.
That's a lot of alien action.
You're going to see things go bad pretty quickly here. There's the other alien species coming in. There they are,
fighting it out.
This looks great.
Yeah, the art design on this game is incredible. I love the ship design. I love the robot design.
Yeah.
Just the choreography of this intro battle is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's good. And I think that's one of the first things you notice. Taking a look at this game, people see it for the first time. They're just like, "Whoa!" It really catches the eye. We'll see that more as we dig in.
Now you can see the battle looks like it's going okay, but you're going to see some impact on Earth. Okay, poor choice of words. You're going to see what's happening to us in the middle of all this battle is we're just getting annihilated while they're fighting. Ethan, feel free to translate some of the subtitles.
There's just kind of a narration here explaining what, that Earth kind of was this chosen battlefield and that, these two forces have converged, basically summing up some of the stuff you've already said, and that the forces of Earth, got together to try this sort of grand escape plan.
It's our last-ditch effort, basically, to get away from the battlefield, since we know there's no hope left for the Earth itself.
Yep.
And you can see, you're going to see our ARC ships taking off.
Yep.
And then you're going to see the Earth blowing up.
Well.
There it goes.
Thanks for coming by, everyone.
Have a good day. Just lifting your spirits, get things off on it right now.
So this is one of the ARC ships you were talking about.
Now, these things are vast. You can see that's an entire city inside of that unit, inside of the ARC ship. We're pursued by the aliens. We do what we can to fight back. But the ARC
so
ship,
these are the Earth forces kind of fighting off the aliens that are pursuing them during their escape.
In the city,
inside the ship itself.
But this specific ARC ship gets knocked out of space and crashes into this alien planet.
Right.
Xenoblade Chronicles X takes place on this alien planet. You can see one of the city spheres basically landing. The population, for the most part, survives the impact, but there are escape pods that the humans escape into.
Right.
We're going to get into the gameplay in just a few moments so you can see what happens when your player character gets awakened from the stasis pod for the first time.
Right.
And that's right where the game starts here.
All right.
It kind of just drops us into the action here.
Now we're going to start off with a little bit of character creation. I'm going to go through this character creation really quickly. There's a lot of customization that you have at your disposal.
Sure, of course.
We could get lost in this one for a while. I'm going to go for some silver hair.
Yeah. And I love that we're doing this. I mean, it's not often that you get to see an RPG that's not out yet that we're just showing from the beginning. So I'm happy that we're able to do this. Previously, we've just been able to show little snippets of this game.
Right.
So
obviously, this everything's still in Japanese. Clearly, not everyone is bilingual.
This
like
is
Ethan
true.
Here,
this is true.
So
No,
this is
Rich was skipping through pretty quickly, but
sorry about jumping through. I want to get into the gameplay
we
really
wanna
badly.
know the game. Yeah,
I
want to see.
And as far as character creation options, it's cool that you can spend a lot of time, like getting hair color perfect, and getting your eyes to look either to match your own eyes or go for these nice cyber organic eyes.
Well, because if you're gonna commit yourself to this journey, you want to make sure that you have exactly the
you look exactly. You've got the right heart tattoo on your face.
So what we're going through right now is your stasis pod being opened up by the first person that you meet, another survivor from that great invasion.
Right. And so this also begins kind of a little sub-narrative that not everyone who made the journey with that sort of departure ship landed safely with the city, and there's a smaller group of people that are kind of scattered out there that need to be recovered and brought back.
And you're going to find your way through to the very first survivors to escape the crash, and you're going to spend some time looking for other survivors as well. We'll talk about that a little bit more as we get deeper into the game.
Yep.
Here are your first moments as you're waking up out of the stasis pod. I'm going to start skipping some of these cutscenes after you get kind of the flavor for it, because I do want us to see some of the gameplay pretty quickly here. But I want to set the scene properly before we jump into it.
So this is Elma, and she's one of the sort of scouts, one of the warriors from the city out looking for survivors, and she's found you at this point.
And there we are, barely conscious, pulled out of the stasis pod. Now, at this point, I'm going to jump into it. Elma is going to explain a little bit of what we've explained to you as well, about what your current situation is on this alien planet. I'm going to take this opportunity to skip ahead just a little bit so that you can see some of the free roaming of this game. We start off in a pretty constrained environment, just to get kind of the feel for battle and the feel for...
it wants you to enter your name.
I'm just going to... Yeah, let's just name him Ethan. You guys can't see what's going on down here. It's fine.
But to speak to that constrained environment, that's something that changes very quickly.
I name all my characters Ethan. It's just it's a routine. It's a thing I do.
Oh,
thanks, Rich.
You just made his day.
What an honor.
So Elma is
she thinks it's a good name, by the way.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a very strong name. She's figuring out what it is that you remember about your time before.
Yep.
We're going to jump through this, too, and I just want to get into some of the battle now.
Yeah, sure.
And some of the exploration. People who have played Xenoblade Chronicles are going to feel that this is very familiar. There are a lot of elements that they'll recognize.
And, I mean, a lot of people know this is a long-standing series. There have been a lot of titles in the series. And for people who have been fans of the series, I'm sure they've recognized it in some of the footage that has already come out about this game. But they're going to see things they recognize from even further back than the Wii game. Dating back to the series origins and stuff that'll look really familiar, and I think that's a really nice nod to people who have stuck with this series for a long time.
Right.
So here it is, nighttime, a little mist in the air. I've got an arrow that you can see right here telling me where I ought to go. We're going to find our way into the first battle pretty quickly. As I'm exploring here, I'm going to stumble across other artifacts that have crashed from the Ark ship.
Right.
Yeah. Did you play Xenoblade on the Wii at all, or did you?
I didn't. I think I was looking over your shoulder a lot when you were playing it.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time with that game.
You've been a big Xenoblade guy.
Oh yeah,
You've been through.
Yeah, I did not finish the one on the Wii, but I still need to get back to it. But it was great. It was awesome.
So we're going to crack into this pod here and see what we discover out of this.
Talking about targeting. And all of a sudden we're in a battle. This is just kind of the first intro battle.
Now, I'm going to try to run away from this guy for a little bit just to talk about what's going on here.
Yeah.
On the bottom of the screen, you can see run. You can see the arts palette.
Yep.
That arts palette down there represents my current skill set. I haven't even started attacking this guy yet, so I'm going to pull out my gun and jump into some auto attacks. Now these auto attacks, they're my basic attack. You can see there's a next to my character profile up there. Whoa! I should do not take my hand off the gamepad. Don't choose self. I'm going to cast a quick shield over here and then get in tight on this guy.
Yep.
Switch over to my knife. Now, when I'm using my arts, I'm using up these technical points, these TP that power all of my arts.
Right.
I can build those TP up faster by going into a melee attack, which brings me in close to the enemy. Or I can switch to a ranged attack that allows me to get farther away from what he's doing and kind of build up points more slowly, but be at a little less risk as I'm fighting. Now I keep doing this thing where I'm taking my hand off the gamepad. That didn't work out so well for me a moment ago.
Like battles in Xenoblade on the Wii were real time as well, and anybody who had played the game already probably recognized some familiar elements to the UI they saw there. That arts palette along the bottom, but yeah, everything happens in real time, and including those B button events, to get yourself little bonuses. There's no turn-based, waiting for turns, like you see in a lot of more traditional Japanese RPGs.
I want to talk about that quick B button thing that we did. That was in the Japanese. They're calling it a soul voice. That soul voice is something that your partner shouts out to you in combat, and if I get that timing right, I get a benefit. In this case, I would have got hit points back. There's no way to heal. With his less aggressive friend.
Right in a rump shot there.
Yeah, nope. Okay. So much for less aggressive.
So you're switching the target around from different parts on the enemy.
Yeah, so if I move to the back, you can see over in the bottom right of the screen, you can see that I've got a couple of pieces of information about where I am in relation to the enemy. You can see the first on the side of the slash, I'm in front of, or on the side of, or behind, in back of. The other one, it tells you my ground, middle ground, high ground, low ground. So I can tell when where I am in relation to them and what advantages I'd have.
I think as you progress on, they go into more depth about how different positioning can be really advantageous depending on the enemy.
I just used my assault hammer. I want to point out something about all of these arts. There's a recharge time to all of them.
Yeah.
So I just used it, and I'm slowly building up the charge again. You're going to see the charge meter slowly fill up. It's not going to be so important for this battle, but I think this angry guy over here is going to be a little bit more. And sorry, yeah, he's just crazy. I know.
You call that a rump shot?
Just me.
That's not an official term.
Not official.
That's me.
Not official.
I'm so unfair to these guys. So I'm going to go over here and help my friend. Got the soul voice this time. Yeah, it wasn't a tremendous success. If I got the timing perfect, I'd get a huge boost.
Yep.
But you can see the assault hammer highlighted now.
Right, it's almost all the way built up for a second time.
That's its second charge. So some of these things have basically a double recharge.
Yep.
When things have a double recharge, they have a bonus effect that comes into play.
It was hard to see there, but the little tooltip appeared showing that once you let it build up a second time, it gets like a damage boost, and that varies from art to art. So I think with your shield, if you let shield build up twice, you can use it twice in a row. So that's adds more depth. People who love mastering battle systems and customizing things to get their sort of NPC player characters, doing exactly what they want are going to love this game. There's a lot of that type of customization.
That guy's a little big. I think we're going to stay away from the big guy for now.
Were you going to go down to the lake?
In a minute, yeah. Okay. I just want to wake him up. Soul voice to wake him up, and he's up now. Now I have, because I leveled up, I have earned another art here that automatically jumps into my art palette.
Nice. Oh, right. That just dropped in. That was the one you were just using. Fire Burst, I think they're calling it.
And having a little bit of a better time with this guy, partially because he wasn't really expecting me to come at him like that.
Those orange dialogue boxes that keep showing up are, your partner Elma is calling out to you and like encouraging you to use specific arts and attacks.
And the different triggers for all of those soul voices as you acquire more party members.
Picking up some items, some gear.
Yep. Yeah. Now I've got a couple of items. I'm going to see if I picked up some stuff I can use. I want to show off some of the character information here.
Careful of these menus though, because
they go
deep. Yeah,
I get lost in these menus. So I'm going to choose Ethan. I've got a couple of different aspects to my character. There's my inner stats, and then there's my class stats. So my inner stats are things that are intrinsic to my character, but also the items that I'm carrying. My class stats are dependent, obviously, on what class I've selected.
Right.
Step back out of here and go to my items, though, real quick. Let's see.
Yeah,
so go to my inner. Go to my character. And it says I've got a couple of new items here. So I'm going to switch from my my current gun to this new gun that has a thing in Japanese of 6, Ethan.
That's just the attack power.
It's an attack power of 6.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then I'm going to switch to that one. You'll see it visibly represented on my character too.
You can see already there's sort of stats galore. You can fine tune things all you want if you're into that.
I'm going to go for a new weapon or a new body armor here as well, which you can see represented on my character too. I don't think Elma's got much new, but I'm going to see.
Yeah, she starts with pretty good stuff. Did you just give her your old shirt?
I think did.
Fair enough.
She doesn't want that.
It's a little worse than what she had. It's a little worse than what she had. I'll go back to that and step back out. Let's see. What else can we show off right here? We've got the arts palette.
You could look at the class menu.
Now, all of the arts can be leveled up individually. You use your the battle points for leveling up each of these arts. I want to level up my assault hammer. I want to see if I have the arts for this.
Right. Basically, the more you use them, the more you're going to be able to upgrade them. There you go.
And then from this screen, I can also customize. If I feel like it, I can customize my arts palette and swap in different arts. I don't have a lot of arts available to me right now, so I'm not really going to mess with that.
And progressing in different classes is what's going to earn you more arts and then allow you to sort of mix and match. Once you've earned the art for that class, you can sort of hybridize and mix those into your palette there.
I feel like making a huge mistake here, Ethan.
Really?
Yeah.
What level are you at?
Let's check it out. Not enough? Well, not enough.
Okay, well, let's go for it.
All right. Now, one of the nice things that happens, I might as well set this up now. One of the nice things that happens if one of your characters falls in battle is you can spend your TP. I'm going to shield myself up here.
Yeah, you go with the melee. Yep. You got it.
There, go back to guns.
You're not looking
guns
great.
Are better. No, I've felt better. So this might be a good opportunity to show off what happens when one of your characters... Oh, I missed that. When one of your characters dies, she might have an opportunity to come over and spend TP to resurrect me.
Right.
If she has enough TP to do this, she'll come over.
Right.
She's not in a real hurry right now.
Yeah.
So I do have the opportunity to quick start right back to where I was. I don't see her coming over my way anytime soon.
You said she's in no hurry. I think
She is in zero hurry. She's pretty busy over there. So I'm going to take this time to jump back to basically where I was, where I walked back out over the vista.
I encourage him to do bad things.
This is a little guy on my shoulder telling me the wrong thing to do. No, I made that decision all on my own. So I'm going to jump back to not where I was and going to take a different path this time, get us down to the lake. Right. Now, let's see. As Ethan mentioned, jumping doesn't do any damage to you, so you've got a good fall ahead of you here. You get to see what happens when I just take right off of the edge.
I just got to tell you, can you put the camera up a little bit?
Yeah.
The view from on top of those waterfalls is exquisite.
Breathtaking.
Yeah. We don't have to get there now, but I'm just saying.
To it. Now I'm just going to run through an entirely different part of the map here. I'm going to head down to the beach. Maybe see if I can jump over these rocks.
Oh, yeah,
here.
you can.
Nice.
The jump in this game is pretty generous.
Now, let's see. He is... Where was I before when I didn't do so awesome? I did...
You were back along the
yeah,
path.
Okay, that's... This guy's level 45, so...
That was level 4.
That was level 4.
I'm saying maybe not.
I didn't do so hot on level 4.
I'm saying you should have brought flowers.
Yeah.
And just for the sense of scale, there's Toenail.
Right.
And there's me. So
and,
I'm just
you
going to
could attack that guy.
I could.
But it wouldn't itself is like level 13.
Right. Gonna, yeah. So I'm going to go find someone a little more innocuous over here.
We should,
hey, buddy.
Make our way over toward the ship.
What are you doing? Little level 2 guy, not doing anyone any harm. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do a little bit of leveling because I know that I am not ready for the end battle. And if we have an opportunity to make it to the end battle, I do want to show off. Made it that time.
Yeah, that is tough.
Not a
Ooh,
double.
Nice, double.
The timing is really harsh on those if you're not paying attention, which I am only barely managing to do right here.
Peripherally paying attention. There we go.
So I'm going to see if this guy... I don't think I'm doing too bad on him, so I'm going to stick with melee. I'm going to let my Assault Hammer build up to its full second recharge.
There you go.
And then I'm going to attack with that and knock him down.
Which is what you got, I believe, for letting it build up twice. It adds knockdown to the attack.
Good work.
Yeah. And that helped me to take it out a little bit more easily. Now, that was basically like attacking a rabbit, though.
So, Ed, you've played some other open-world RPGs.
Oh, yeah, for
right?
Sure.
And that's more of what's kind of been the recent Western trend is to have open-world RPGs. And I think one of the things I'm super excited about is I grew up playing a lot of JRPGs, the Japanese style. Most of them were turn-based, and they kind of stuck to a formula for a long time.
Right.
But when the Wii Xenoblade Chronicles came out, it was kind of an interesting mesh, between, the really deep battle systems and, I don't know, just the story elements, that you would get in a Japanese RPG, and that fans of that genre really want, but also the open world exploration that a lot of people have kind of come to expect from other, Western developed open world games. So.
Yeah, I mean, this definitely has, it's breathtaking, exquisite. You can take your pick of any adjectives that you want.
Now the sun is starting to set, I think, here, and you can see a couple of the moons of the local planet here coming out.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's the other? Oh, there it is, right over there. So going to get to see a little bit of dusk here, and I'm going to get myself back on track. Had to take a moment to look around.
Yeah, this will take you somewhere near where you were before.
I'm going back over to that. Whoa, hi there, buddy.
Hey, hello.
He's okay.
Let's take a look at you.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Yeah.
This is
that little guy.
That's what you get for surprising me like that.
He's so brutal.
No mercy.
I know. I startle easily. I'm
Where did you get that crossbow, by the way?
That was my new weapon.
Oh, okay.
That was the new one that
I haven't
equipped
actually
a few
seen that
moments ago.
before.
Yeah, in all the times I've been playing this demo, I haven't seen this one either.
Yeah.
These low-level guys are not slouches.
No, not by any means.
They turn on you.
Right. And if you find the ones that
he saw me,
that will join in, that's when things can get out of hand really quick.
So as you saw a moment ago, this guy was aggressive.
Whoa.
He's really aggressive. Moving a little faster than I can keep track of.
Yeah.
And he saw me, and he jumped into battle and brought his friend.
Yeah. It is possible to run away.
That's okay. No.
I'm just saying.
I appreciate your concern. It's very
no surrender, no
very
retreat,
touching.
but that's not really your style. Nicely done.
Cowardly retreat is an option, Rich. We just want you to know.
There's nothing ignoble about running away with my tail between my legs.
So just doing my duty. She does keep calling out for melee attacks, melee arts.
Oh, so she needs some melee. Okay, thanks. I appreciate.
That seems to be a common theme.
I appreciate the shout.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get in there for a melee attack.
Right.
I'm also gonna shield up here because now that I'm melee, I'm taking a lot more damage. I've been hanging back.
Last level up.
I'm gonna go after the other one over here.
Yeah.
I think I just got new art on my palette too.
Yeah.
I think I just got
right,
battle
class
cry.
Level up.
Now that battle cry is going to draw the enemy's attention to me,
right.
which if you've been watching my playstyle, that's the last thing I want. But if I draw the enemy's attention to me, then it gives my partner an opportunity to get in with some of their attacks. And if you remember aggro from Xenoblade Chronicles, this is a good opportunity. It ties into to the way that aggro operated in Xenoblade Chronicles.
Don't forget you can dash with the L stick as well.
Yeah, if I click down on it. Now I'm going to see if I can use aggro, or if I can use battle cry to get this guy's attention. Did I get battle cry on this one?
Yeah,
there is. Yeah, there is.
Wait, no,
that wasn't
not
battle
it
cry
yet. Bad.
Yeah, that's the next dart I get.
Yeah.
But I was able to knock this flyer out of the sky and take a few extra pot shots at him while he was down there. That is entirely my playstyle, by the way. 100%. Knock down the enemy and take pot shots.
So, what do you think? Do you anticipate something like this? Like eventually when it comes out?
This is something you can't. It's so hard to see something with such an epic scale and not like feel a draw to it. You know, as a gamer, this is beyond being gorgeous. The combat system looks really intricate, but at the same time, it seems like you're doing a really fluid job, Rich, of navigating this. And I mean, it looks really, really interesting.
You get the hang of it pretty quickly. I mean, the right stick for camera camera control, left stick for movements. It's natural. It feels really natural.
I think it could look intimidating to people who don't typically play lots of games like this, but to just do that sort of surface level battling, especially at the beginning, that's required to go forward is not that tough.
Now, I'm bypassing a lot of battle opportunities here. I could be leveling because I want to see if you think I'm ready for that end boss.
You've leveled up a couple times.
I might take a few more opportunities.
Maybe not that level 6 beastie though.
That's I learned my lesson last time on biting off more than I can chew. I'm going to get a little closer in. He's also mostly harmless, so I'm okay leaving him alone for now.
Snake bite.
He's just trying to eat. I don't want to interrupt that. I also want to get you a better, closer view. This is my excuse. I want to get a closer view of the city. So we're coming in on the city itself.
Right.
You can get, again, a sense of the scale.
Yeah.
We aren't even near it yet.
Yeah.
So let's get in there, and I feel like I need to grind a little bit more.
You can see that there's less enemies wandering around now that it's nighttime.
I really ought to grind a little more before I get into this. I feel I'm a little nervous here, Ethan.
Oh, you'll be fine. You're going to be... Hey,
we're
going to be okay.
We're about 50-50. We're about 50-50 on this boss battle.
Oh, you're going for it.
I'm going for it.
Okay, here we go.
We've been 50-50 on this, so let's see which way the coin falls on this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
so she's saying it looks a lot. You're up close. Lots of people have moved in, made it home.
Now, there's some good tension on this scene, so I'm not going to jump out of this.
So this is the west gate of the city. Right now it's closed up for safety. And so in order to get in, you're going to have to take an elevator rather than just go through the main gate. Uh-oh.
Although before I get to that elevator,
hey,
I'm going to have this guy and a couple of his friends to contend with.
She's surprised to see aggressive enemies like this so close to the city.
Because there is in fact...
LA?
Yeah.
What was it called? Yeah.
Neo LA. We're on our way to Neo LA. I'm a little surprised to see these guys so close to the city too, because again, there's a military installation not more than a couple 100 feet from me right now. But I think they want to make sure I'm
you're worthy.
Okay. So I'm going to remind you up front.
Run away.
You see down at the bottom it says hit the plus button to do battle menu. So if you bring up the battle menu on the right there, there's going to have a lot of options that you can give orders to your NPCs. And I believe the second one from the top is basically focus fire. So your NPCs will make sure to attack the enemy that you're attacking.
Okay, we took down one of them.
Yeah.
We're feeling pretty good so far.
I think you're going to be all right.
I don't know.
I don't want to jinx it though. Sorry.
Yeah, seriously. What are you doing?
Did you have her focus fire?
I'm going to need you to point me to that.
So bring up the battle menu.
All right,
second from the top.
This is bad. I can't. Okay, second from the top.
You got it.
You're asking me to do a lot here.
Yeah.
All right, focus fire.
Okay,
we got it.
So that'll just ensure that she's going to attack your target.
Okay, so we're going to take this guy out. Get a little hit point boost right there. Took him out. Oh, that was faster.
They get a lot faster once you've completed a few of them. And you can see what that's doing each time you complete one of those, raising that soul stage.
I am having some trouble with those later ones.
And the soul stage is going to... The higher it is, it's going to give you more bonuses during the battle. And the reason they get more difficult to complete is that soul stage meter is going to go down over time, so you can't just keep raising it up.
All right, so we took that
over. Nicely done.
You made pretty good work of that. Yeah,
that's the quickest I've seen you do that.
Yeah, that is.
Nice work.
I like the way you got the Borealis effect going on up there.
Nice.
So she thought that they landed in a relatively safe area, but for every friendly race that there is in space, there's bound to be some ones that are more hostile as well.
I love the feel of this game. It's very much like not only do you discover that you're not alone out in space, but you also discover that whatever's out there doesn't really care about you.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't really care for you.
Yeah, space doesn't care.
So now we're getting a good opportunity to take a look out over...
space is not your friend.
No, space is not your friend.
Take a look out over Neo Los Angeles from the outside.
More items.
And we're going to see if we can get up that elevator to give you a deeper view of what Neo Los Angeles looks like.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
It's sort of an extensive cutscene that's going to give you a flavor for what you're looking at inside this first hub, your hub town, basically. So that's the West Gate up ahead of us. But as Elmo was telling us, the gate is sealed right now, and you see our military installation right here, keeping guard just over the gate and not over us as we approach the gate.
Right.
I really could have used their help a minute ago, but that's...
I think she's kind of given some word up ahead that you're coming in, bringing in some survivors.
Sense of scale again. Just take a quick look around.
It really is pretty impressive when you get up close.
Yeah, and I'm going to go up here.
And you can jump around on all that stuff. Like, if you're somebody who loves to explore and kind of see if it's possible to go places, a lot of times games won't let you do that. You'll run up against an invisible wall that prevents you from going places, but that's really, as far as I've been able to tell, that's really not the case in this.
There we go. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time just exploring this opening area long before I even get to that boss battle. Yeah. One thing I love about this elevator here is it gives me an opportunity to show you how far off you can see.
Right, it's another vantage point. Like, I think we came from way over there. We can't see in the rain now, but...
Yeah, the rain is poorly timed, but the weather pattern, we don't control the weather here. Right. But you do get an opportunity to look out over a bit of the space out there.
Yep. There's that guy that we visited earlier.
Yeah, the guy who's...
nice guy.
Actually, he's a little bit closer than the other one.
You're right.
There's a lake down there that you would be able to see across if it just hadn't started raining on us.
I'm not totally sure what the deal is with these sort of crystal spikes that seem to have sprung up where the ship landed. I don't know if that's something that's going to be explained later in the game, but it's definitely intriguing.
Now, we did talk a little bit about the class system. Before I go through that gate and kick into this cutscene, I do want to show off some of the class system here.
Yeah.
See, character, class.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll be able to change through any number of classes. Each character has a class set that they can cycle through.
Right.
We're right here at the opening class at Drifter, and then I'll be able to specialize into a couple of different classes. Class names aren't final, of course, but it gives you a sense of what their function is going to be within the game. Mm-hmm. And then that also shows you a little bit of what their arts palette is.
Right.
And
you'll be able to... arts you're going to earn.
Yeah, as you get deep, as you level up, you get more of those arts.
Yeah.
And then you can specialize even more. Now, one different thing about Xenoblade Chronicles X is that you can change classes on the fly, even mid-battle.
Yeah.
Cool. So if there's an arts palette set that you want to have access to that you don't have access to right now, you can change classes out and jump from a defensive attacker to a heavier attacker. Right. If there's something that you find yourself needing desperately, you'll be able to switch classes on the fly, jump straight out into a different class and use those abilities.
Yep. And if I'm understanding everything correctly, and it's a pretty complicated game with all the things you can do. If I'm understanding correctly, though, you can, once you've earned those arts for each class, you can then mix and match, right? And kind of build your own
really
class.
Specialize your character to suit your own gameplay style. My cowardly base attack entirely dependent on striking enemies when they're unawares, or perhaps feeding on grains and fauna.
You do love to get the enemies that seem to be the most peaceful.
Yeah, the flora rather, but yeah. So we're walking out into Neo Los Angeles for the first time.
Oddly enough, here we are in real Los Angeles.
We are in old Los Angeles,
Los Angeles,
which just looks so dingy now that we got our first glimpse of Neo Los Angeles. Old Los Angeles just doesn't compare.
I know, it just doesn't measure up anymore.
Yeah. I'm sorry, LA. I'm sorry.
どう？なかなかのものでしょ。
I'm going to have to apologize for
これが白芸の居住
insulting
よ。
Los Angeles
Hey,
online, aren't
it's
I?
okay. That's all right.
I love it so much, though.
いいえ。
So here we got a view out over Neo Los Angeles. It's going to come up as soon as Elma finishes.
Yeah, she's just, kind of explaining about the city. And, it was kind of a model city to begin with, but it's become, a real living place that they have to use. So welcome to New Los Angeles, Rich.
Now we're going to end this demo here on a flyover of Neo Los Angeles, where you get a chance to check out this entire explorable area.
Yeah.
It's already vast.
Yeah.
Just all on its own, this is a gigantic space that you can wander freely throughout. As we mentioned, it's a hub town. You get quests here. You see your first giant mech here. These are going to become an integral component of gameplay much later on, of course.
Your first cat as well.
Yeah. But you also see some really interesting, more
daily
mundane
life, right.
things. Just these are the survivors trying to live on this alien world.
Yep. So she's talking about the fact that this is really mankind's last hope, and it sounds like they've been here for a couple of months before you have come on the scene.
Yeah, before you get thawed.
Explaining that while it's still sort of a work in progress, they've really hardened up their desire to make this home for the future.
私たちは
And here we go, one big flyby, and
Big swoop.
there you go.
Wow. That's awesome.
Neo Los Angeles in all its glory.
Well, Rich, Ethan, we're about out of time. Just want to say thanks for stopping by and
You bet.
giving us a deeper look here on Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for
If
having
you
us
like
on.
what you see, I hope people are excited because there is a lot to this game.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm excited to do a little deeper dive.
Yeah.
into this. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to
Cool.
be good.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to know. Thank
Up
you.
next, don't go anywhere. We got Hyrule Warriors coming up.